Male body dysmorphia is on track to overtake female body dysmorphia within the next few decades. Does that surprise you?
No, I think it's always been a thing, but especially now with how big social media is and how jacked so many people are, I think, of course, it's a big problem. But do you know there's a guy who's really good at calling people out for editing their photos? Have you seen that guy? There's, I don't know his name, but he's got quite a big social media following. And basically, anybody who has photoshopped their photo or videos, he gets them.
Oh, wow.
So he's doing a good job. He's making sure that people are being truthful with the things that they're posting. But that makes you think how many people are editing, even people who are literally jacked and shredded, they are still
pushing it
editing their photos further to bring in their waist, bring out the lats, and just, it's crazy. So, especially with women as well, imagine how bad that is for the average person who's comparing themselves to all these people. And a lot of those people are actually still editing their photos to look even more unattainable.
They've peaked, they've just trained, they've got a pump, they're in good lighting, they've got a good photographer, a good camera, a good lens, they've got a tan, blah, blah, blah. And then on top of that, they're editing their photos as well. Yeah, it's, you know.
I think it's one thing that messed me up a little bit when I competed. So I competed twice. And obviously when you compete, that really is the best you are going to look probably in your life, especially for me in terms of how low I got my body fat percentage. So when I would look in the mirror, particularly after the show, when it was like more memorable, I would be like, oh, pretty fat.
Because you had yourself.
Because I was comparing myself to the sub 10% body fat person that I was looking in the mirror. Which is like...
Well, that says it all, that not only can you have other people out there in the world, for guys and girls, that make them feel uncomfortable about their body, or they're taller or more jacked or more whatever, but you can also be that for you too. You know, this is... I wanted to talk about this, like, you know, you're 34?
33.
33, I'm 35. And we're getting to the stage where we're like, right, okay, you know... Recovery from workouts takes a little bit longer. Recovery from nights out takes an awful lot longer.
A couple more wrinkles on the forehead. My photographer keeps reminding me of that. Cheers, Rob.
Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Yeah, just thinking about, as that happens, you almost use yourself as, well, I used to be X or Y, as I used to be this, able to get up and train hard or lift this much or be this lean or eat this many calories or whatever. And then you can't. So you use yourself as your own barometer, and, you know, the discomfort that's associated with that of not being as jacked as you used to be, not being as able to recover from workouts as you used to be. It's like a harsh realization. Like
the body dysmorphia, I think with me in particular, I've not really been that person that's always compared myself to others, but more so I'm always comparing myself to myself and how good I have looked in the past. That's what I'm always comparing myself to. And you're right. I think, fortunately for me now, I still feel like I don't know if I have peaked. I think, especially if I was to fine tune a few things, the peak is still yet to come. But when I do have these thoughts of, okay, well, it's only downhill from here. Then I'm like,
you do know that. I think about that and this, whatever you want to call about it, like aging gracefully as a man, whatever that means, right? Probably not taking all of your self-worth from the way you look might be a good place to start. And I think, oh, you know, how difficult it's going to be, recovery from the workouts and not being as jacked and not being the fastest guy in the room or the strongest guy in the room or whatever. But then you realize that that's like women from age 25.
Yeah, I think we as men have got it good. Like we can get older and age and get the grey whiskers, more wrinkles, and if anything, it's still kind of, it might even make you look better. Like I remember, I look back at some footage from when I was even like 20, 27, 28, and I feel personally I look a lot better now. Like I had like, maybe it didn't help that I was like clean shaving myself all the time, but I looked.
You grow into your style a little bit, but yeah, you know, for all that, I can be chronically fearful of my own mortality and getting older and all the rest of it, thinking, yeah, but the speed of descent isn't as rapid as it is for women. So yeah, the male body dysmorphia thing being on track to overtake female body dysmorphia kind of doesn't surprise me.
I think you You probably just have to be careful with who you're following and who you're comparing yourself to. Like if you were an average guy and you are following the like top 1% of athletes in the world, or the top 0.01%, of course you're going to feel pretty small in comparison to them. So it depends. Like for someone like me, if I am following like the elite,
But you trained with Kai Green this morning.
yeah. So, but
Chris Bumstead's in town at the moment.
So if I'm following them, I'm the type of person that gets inspired by it. Like I get motivated by that. But other people can take it the opposite way and be like, "Oh, that's unachievable. I'll never get there," and I feel worthless.